The story Father's Help, written by RK Narayan, is about a boy named Swaminathan who, in order to save himself from going to school on a Monday morning, makes an excuse of having a headache and even lies to his father about his teacher. All this lands him up in a big trouble. One fine morning, Swami woke up and realized that it was Monday morning. It seemed to him that only one moment ago he attended the last period on Friday and already Monday was here. He hoped for an earthquake to come and reduce his school building into dust. He studied in Albert Mission School. He thought how so many students over the years must have prayed for the same, but the school stood strong. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Swaminathan cried in pain in front of his mother and told her that he had a terrible headache. His mother suggested him to go to the school in a jutka, that is a rickshaw. Swami reacted to his mother's suggestion by saying that he did not want to be dead by getting shaken in a rickshaw ride. Mother inquired Swami if he had any important lessons in the school that day. Swami told his mother that the geography teacher had been teaching the same lesson for over a year. He said that during the arithmetic period, the teacher beat the children the whole time. Listening to Swami, mother generously allowed him to stay at home and rest. At around 9:30, when Swami should have been shouting in the school prayer hall, he was lying comfortably on the bench in the mother's room. Father asked him the reason for not going to school. Swami told his father that he had a headache. Father was a very stubborn and a strict person. He understood that Swami was making a lame excuse and told him to stop his nonsense, get ready, and go to school. He told him to roam here and there less on Sundays so that he does not have a headache on Mondays. Swami told his father that if he will go late to school, then his teacher Samuel will beat him very badly. Father asked Swami if his teacher beat the boys. Swami told his father that his teacher Samuel was very violent. He made a boy stay on his knees for a whole period for coming late to the class. The boy got caned and even got 6 cuts. His ears were also twisted. Father told Swami to tell the headmaster about his teacher's behavior. Swami told his father that even the headmaster was scared of him. Swami gave a shocking account of Samuel's behavior to his father. He told him that Samuel kept on caning a boy until he saw blood on the boy's hand and then asked the boy to press his hand on his forehead like a marking. Swami hoped that his father would not force him to go to school after listening so much about his violent teacher Samuel. But unexpectedly, father got excited. He wanted his son to go to school as a kind of challenge. He said that such teachers should be driven out of service. No amount of protest from Swami was of any use. He had to go to school. Father even wrote a long complaint letter against Samuel, which had all the description of incidents that Swami told his father about. Father put the letter in an envelope and sealed it. He gave it to Swami and asked him to give it to headmaster and even get an acknowledgement in return. Swami asked his father nervously what was there in the letter. Father told him that he had written plenty of things about Samuel and that after reading the letter, Samuel will probably be dismissed from the job and even handed over to the police. Swami went to school feeling that he was the worst false witness on earth. He felt so bad. His inner self bothered him. He was feeling like the worst perjurer on earth. He was not at all sure of all that he told his father about Samuel. He was confused because he was not sure that all that he told his father was real or imagined. He stopped for a moment on the roadside and thought about Samuel. He realized that Samuel was quite friendly and pleasant. He even cracked jokes sometimes in the class. However, he did treat people badly. His cane, which was a stick for beating children, skinned the hands of so many students. Years and years ago, he was reputed to have skinned knuckles of a boy in first standard. Swami got confused, thinking if Samuel was good or bad. Swami felt like running back home and begging his father to take the letter back. But he knew his father was very stubborn. As Swami approached his yellow school building, he became more and more nervous. The more Swami thought about Samuel, the more he cried in his heart. Samuel's dark face, small red streaked eyes, thin line of mustache, his unshaven cheek and chin, his yellow coat, everything filled Swami with so much sorrow. He felt like a hangman. He decided to deliver the letter by the end of the day and do something to justify all that was written in the letter. Swami stood at the entrance of his class. Samuel was teaching arithmetic. Swami expected to be scolded. Samuel asked him the reason for coming half an hour late. Swami prayed to God Tirupati that Samuel should beat him for coming late. Swami told his teacher Samuel that he had headache, but his father told him to not miss school. Surprisingly, Samuel did not say anything to Swami. In fact, he told him that his father was quite a sensible man. Samuel told Swami to go to his seat. Swami thought what a good person Samuel was and went to his seat with a bleeding heart. Notebooks were being checked that day, and Swami expected scenes of great violence. But to his surprise, Samuel pushed aside the bad notebooks, touched the students with cane, and did not make anyone stand for more than few minutes. When Swami's turn came, surprisingly, Samuel did not say anything to him for not doing homework because of his headache. Swami felt miserable. The last period of the day again was taken by Samuel. He taught Indian history. Swami was getting very restless. He wanted to do something in order to provoke Samuel. Everybody was listening to Samuel in a dull voice as he taught about Vasco da Gama's arrival to India. Suddenly, Swami shouted at the top of his voice, "Why did Columbus came to India, sir?" Samuel told him that he had lost his way. Swami did not agree and started arguing loudly. Samuel told him to sit down. When his classmate Sankar asked Samuel a question, Swami again intervened at the top of his voice. Samuel told him not to shout. At the end of the lesson, Samuel asked a child sitting in the second row about the date of Vasco da Gama's arrival to India. Swami stood up and screamed without even being asked. 1648 December. Samuel scolded Swami. The teacher again asked a question and Swami got up to answer. This irritated Samuel. He called Swami and wagged three wholesome cuts on each palm using his cane. Swami felt happy and received the wax without showing any signs of fear. He even held out his hand again and happily received two more. The bell rang. With a light heart, Swami packed his books and taking out the letter from his pocket, went to the headmaster's room. It was locked. The peon told him that the headmaster had taken the afternoon off and would come back after a week. He told him to give the letter to the assistant headmaster for the week. He was none other than Samuel. Swaminathan ran from that place and came home. Father told him that he knew Swami was a coward and would never give the letter. His father did not believe Swami when he told him that the headmaster was on leave. Father took the letter and tore it in pieces. He told Swami to not come to him even if Samuel kills him. So, this was the story Father's Help, written by RK Narayan. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed it.